President Ilham Aliyev and First Lady Mehriban Aliyeva arrived to attend the opening ceremony of the first modular hospital complex. The head of state and First Lady were informed about the conditions created at the medical facility. The activities carried out to prevent the spread of the coronavirus pandemic in the country, ensure high-quality treatment of the infected persons and their soonest recovery are under direct control of President Ilham Aliyev. Necessary preventive, prophylactic and urgent measures have been taken under the instructions given by the head of state since the very beginning. It is not accidental that the World Health Organization praises the work done in Azerbaijan in connection with the COVID-19. As part of the complex activities carried out in this regard, construction of 10 new modular hospitals on President Ilham Aliyev's initiative is of special importance. It is of great importance in terms of increasing the number of beds for infecting patients at the hospitals so that the country's healthcare system can overcome this unprecedented global challenge. Currently, 10 modular hospital complexes are being set up in the country. 2 of them will be based in Baku, others in Ganja, Sumgayit, Absheron, Sheki, Ismail, Gebala, Kobustan and Shamakhe. Opening of modular hospitals will ensure extra 2,000 beds for the healthcare system. The construction and installation of the first modular hospital complex in Baku has been completed within 3 weeks. The complex, covering an area of 3,000 square meters, will function under the Clinic Medical Center No. 1. The modular hospital consists of 3 buildings, has 100 wards and 200 beds. All conditions have been created here to treat the infected patients. If necessary, additional devices can be provided and wards can be transformed into intensive care units. The complex has been provided with necessary equipment, a special ventilation system. It is planned to open 5 more modular hospital complexes in May and 4 complexes by the middle of June. These complexes will be set up near the hospitals in the cities and regions. The modular hospitals have significant advantages. After the fight against the pandemic is over and there is no need for them, these buildings can be transferred to other places and used for other purposes. Having reviewed the modular hospital complex, the head of state and First Lady met with the medical staff. President Ilham Aliyev called the opening of a new modular hospital a very important event, noted that more than 700 medical centers had been built or overhauled in our country over the last 16 years. We thought that the existing hospital fund, especially modern hospitals, would be able to meet our needs for a long time. But the coronavirus pandemic, of course, dictates its rules. Therefore, the construction of new hospitals has become inevitable, said the head of state. President Ilham Aliyev said that hospital and the others which would be constructed would play a great role in the fight against the coronavirus. The head of state called Azerbaijan's experience in the fight against coronavirus the most progressive and humane. The head of state said coronavirus patients were being treated at more than 20 hospitals, including the new modern Yeni Klinika, where up to 30 patients were undergoing treatment. President Ilham Aliyev said in terms of the number of tests per capita, Azerbaijan was among the leaders in the world, added that new laboratories had been obtained. Their number was 23, and new laboratories would be set up. The head of state said necessary medical equipment were being obtained. 100 million manats had been allocated from President's Reserve Fund for this purpose. Calling it the first tranche, the head of state said additional 150 million manats were being prepared. President Ilham Aliyev said all the complex measures had allowed us to get out of the situation with minimal losses. The head of state said the main focus was on controlling the situation. It was achieved during the first phase. The number of recoveries was more than the number of new cases. Therefore, we started taking measures to ease the quarantine. Unfortunately, some regarded it as full elimination of the quarantine. Easing of the lockdown does not mean that it is over. The quarantine will last at least by May 31st. After that, it will be extended if necessary, President said, and added that the situation would be tightened. Punishments would be tightened if the number of new cases was more than recoveries. According to the head of state, strict measures will be taken against the citizens who do not obey the rules, do not wear masks, and do not keep the distance. President Ilham Aliyev said a new phase of pandemic was starting in the regions, namely in Ganja, which accounted for almost 30, 40, 50% of new cases over the recent days. The president said the main reason was the lack of timely measures, therefore control would be tightened. The head of state did not rule out tightening of the quarantine. President Ilham Aliyev once again urged the citizens to be responsible, said wearing masks, keeping distance, washing hands with soap must be a rule. The head of state said everybody must take it seriously, urged appropriate bodies to tighten the sanctions, underlined that everybody must obey the rules for a long period. President Ilham Aliyev underlined that the state-private sector entrepreneurs, individuals were giving a helping hand to the low-income people, said the fund for fighting against coronavirus established on his initiative had collected more than 100 million manats. The head of state highly appreciated the selflessness of doctors, praised the activity of the police and internal troops. The head of state said the pandemic had shown that all were equal before the disease. No one had privileges, noted that serious measures would be taken against those violating the quarantine. The head of state noted that there were people who tried to misappropriate the food relief allocated by the Heydar Aliyev Foundation and called it nothing but betrayal. The head of state said under the current circumstances, misappropriation of the wages of the low-income people was betrayal, added that 5 heads of executive authorities had been recently arrested over those actions. President Ilham Aliyev underlined that the World Health Organization highly appreciated the steps taken by Azerbaijan to fight against the pandemic. We provided aid to more than 10 countries. We were one of the first countries to donate $5 million to the World Health Organization. Over the recent days, in capacity of the chair of the non-aligned movement, we have donated additional $5 million to the World Health Organization, said the head of state, and mentioned that 2 summits had been held on his initiative, the summit of the Turkic-speaking States Cooperation Council and the high-level summit of the non-aligned movement. President Ilham Aliyev noted that Azerbaijan was chairing both organizations and the world community hailed the great role of Azerbaijan. Calling Azerbaijan a reliable partner, the head of state said on Azerbaijan's initiative, the absolute majority of the world community had formed a common platform against COVID-19. President Ilham Aliyev said national interests were a priority. People's health was a priority among the national interests. At the end of his speech, President Ilham Aliyev said the opening of modular hospital had a great symbolic meaning, as it demonstrated that within a short period of time, we had mobilized all resources and achieved great results. President Ilham Aliyev once again emphasized selflessness of doctors and wished them success. Following this, Doctors Vasif Aliyev and Günay Muradova made speeches and expressed their gratitude to President Ilham Aliyev.
Çok sağ olun, size uğurlar bir daha, sağ olun.
Həkimləri bir də alqışlayaq. Sizin simanızda bütün Azərbaycan həkimlərinə eşq olsun.